Hello, my beautiful besties. How's everybody doing today? Did everybody have an amazing weekend? So I do apologize for not uploading on Thursday. I am really struggling here. I'm really trying to find the time to film, edit and all of that and be able to post twice a week. But it's really hard with my work schedule. I have tons of appointments going on right now. The kids are running us wild. So we just have so many things on our plate, but I'm really trying. So I do apologize. But today I am going to be testing out some new makeup. I had purchased some makeup over at Sephora when they were having their 50% off sale. But I just got that package not too long ago because, not too shocking, I had it sent to my old address. This is the second time that I've done this. And it's always with Sephora, I think. And it's because I am not double checking the shipping address. So I have really got to delete that old address and put my new address as a default. So anyway, thank goodness nobody has occupied our old house still. It is still vacant. And thank God I have that great neighbor over in Michigan. He noticed that there was a package on the porch. So he contacted us and again, he had it sent here. So I am really excited. I don't think anything is really new products. It's just things that I thought were exciting and they were really super affordable. So it's not new products, but it's new products to me. And I did have something sent to me that I do want to test out as well. So if you guys want to see what I ended up purchasing at the Sephora 50% off sale and what I got in PR, please continue watching because we're about to get into all that right now. Okay, so honestly, I didn't purchase a lot. Like I mentioned, I just saw things that were basically almost like clearance priced over there. And most of this is the Sephora collection. So, yeah, but I'm super excited to try this out. But I did notice, and I'm so bummed that this, came broken. So, they pack it really good. I don't know what happened, but I'm just so bummed. It's a bronzer. So I might try to utilize it today just to see if we can. If not, it's no big deal. But I thought we'd just hang out and apply some of this makeup. But I did get a new palette and it looked really neat, and it's by the Sephora, and it's by Sephora and it's called the Color Shifter, and it's called Strange by Botanicals. Oh my gosh, you guys. So anyway, it looks like this. And the packaging kind of reminds me of, oh gosh, what is it? Vista Art or something like that. See how it has like that little, I don't know, elastic that goes over that. So yeah, it just kind of reminded me of their packaging. So let me see if I can open this. They do have this sealed up pretty good. And hopefully this isn't broken as well. Okay, we're in business here. So there is a mirror. And these are the shades, so it's not a lot. And I think I got this for like $6 or $9. But this shade right here is like a shifting shade. So I'm really excited to test this out. But let's get started. I think I'm going to start with this shade here. I love doing this, or when palettes have like a lighter shade like that, because I just apply that over that primer that I placed down, because sometimes that primer can be super attacky. I do want to share or what's going on with this palette really quick. So this looks like a shimmer, and again, that's that shifter. So there's 3 mattes, but the only ones that you can really play around with are these. But I do want to show you something really quick of what I think this palette does. So I am swatching the 2 darker mattes here. Oops, and I had way too much there. And they do swatch pretty good. So I did clean off my hand, and let's go into the shifting shade right here. And I'm just going to place that right below that on its own. So that's what that does on its own. But they said when you go over these other mattes that it can become something completely different. So as you can see what that did, ooh, this is a pretty neat. And I'm just going to go over that other shade and see what it does over that one. So that's why they call it the shifter. That is really pretty, and it's super pretty on its own. As you can see, it has the green, and then it goes into like a more pink and blue. Yeah, it is just really neat. So this is going to be a very fun to play with. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do first is go into this shade right here. This is more like a mustard shade. I'm going to guess that's what that's what it looks like in the palette here. I will say there is a lot of kickback with these shades though. But like I've mentioned in the past, sometimes that's a good thing because I feel like when they're more soft like that or just kind of, I don't know, has a lot of kickback, that they just blend out a lot easier. And it's not really a mustard shade on the eye now. It leans a little bit more mustardy, but it's actually a really pretty brown. I really love that transition shade. Okay, and I've been doing, it's really raining out here, you guys. So if you hear a lot of thunder might start happening, hopefully the lights don't go out. But if you hear like a lot of ruckus in the background, is the rain just slamming down. It hasn't rained here hardly at all since I've been here since April. So it is rain season or monsoon season. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, so I'm going back into that lighter shade. I love doing this, and I'm going to place that really close to the eyebrow, and I'm really packing that on. But then I'm going to go back in with that brush here that has that really pretty brown mustard shade and just kind of work it into that lighter shade. And it just creates a really pretty, nice blend. Just, I don't know, it just not so choppy. As you can see, it just looks really smooth and blended out. So I really hope you guys got into that giveaway. There's still time. I think the time that this goes out, there's going to be, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 days left. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last video, and I'll place that somewhere around here. And it has all the directions of how to get into the giveaway and what's in the giveaway. So yeah, make sure to tune in and see that. Okay, so I'm going to go into this deeper shade. Now I'm going to be very careful with this shade, but I do want to mention and show you all this kickback happening here. So just be aware. Now I'm just going to tap into that deep shade here because that looks really, really pigmented. And I'm just going to go very light. Yeah, this is super pigmented. It's almost, I don't know, black or charcoal, but I am going to work that really deep into my hooded crease here. And then I'm going to go back into that brush that has the brown on it, and we're just going to smooth out those edges here. And then I did want to mention here, I forgot to do this. Let's swatch this here, that shimmer. I'm just interested to see what the two shimmers will do. So that is that really pretty chocolatey, almost copper-like shimmer there. But let's go into that shifter and just see what that does over that. So, ooh, yeah, it just adds just a little bit of different, vibe to what we've been doing here. So, yeah, I really like this shifter palette. Okay, so that's basically all I'm going to do right now. So now I got to decide what I want to do with these shimmers because this is so much fun. I actually think I'm going to go this route right here, using the two shimmers together, but I'm not going to be as bold as I was on my hand, I don't think. So I'm taking that really pretty, like chocolatey copper shimmer, and I'm just going to place that down. And I'm not going to take it all the way to the inner corner, but yeah, that is almost like I would say like a satin finish type shimmer, but they're very buttery, the shimmer is, and I feel like it's really going to be nice with mature eyelids because it's not too sparkly. Okay, let's go into the shifter shade here. So I'm not going to place tons of it on my finger, and I'm going to focus more in the inner corner with that one and just see what that does. Ooh, that is so pretty. So what do you guys think? That is really different, you know. Like I said, with all these different, well, like it says, all the shifting, you know, the more you move your eye, it just has a different vibe with the lighting and stuff. So, yeah, this is just a really neat concept. I am truly happy that I purchased this. And like I said, I mean, for the price, and I think honestly, like a lot of the Sephora stuff is still on sale. So I don't know if it's stuff that they're just trying to get rid of or whatnot, but I really like that. Okay, so the company that sent me their products is called Promix, and they sent me all of these eyeliners. There's 9 eyeliners, and they also sent me their mascara. Now, I feel like I've already tried this mascara before. I think they sent it to me a long time ago, like when I first started my channel, but I'm super excited to try it out again, and I do remember, you know, I did like it. From what I can remember, if this is the one, because it was actually really good. But anyway, these eyeliners, it is designed for mature lids. It even says right here on some of the packaging, eyeliner for women over 50. Now, it's supposed to be smudge proof, waterproof. It's not supposed to tug on the eyelid when you're applying it. It's supposed to go really smooth. So what I think I'm going to do is take all of these out of its box. I'm going to swatch all these colors so we can see everything that they sent me. Okay, so these are all of the shades right here. This one is golden, copper, wood, mocha, sapphire, mulberry, emerald, smoky, and coal. And I will tell you that they were super creamy when I did swatch them. So now we're just going to see how long they do last, if they are smudge proof and waterproof. I am just going to let them sit down. I'm going to give them a chance, but we'll definitely test that in just a few minutes. Okay, so these are the pencils itself. So I love the packaging. It's just very simple. It's a really pretty, like a baby blue. But what's nice about these is with all of these pencils here, right here, it's the shade. So you can really see all the different shades. You don't have to open it or search for the color or anything like that. And on the end here, there is a smudger and a sharpener. So yeah, I really do love that feature here. So they are a retractable liner, but that smudger is really a neat feature. So with this eye look, yeah, now I just got to decide what shade I'm going to use here, because they all are super pretty. But I actually think I'm going to, even the mulberry would look really pretty with this. So I don't know. It's such a hard decision. Okay, so I decided on the mocha. So let's try, and I'm going to do this on my eye that I have the hardest time applying eyeliner. But I will say it is just gliding so easily across the lid for sure. And now I'm just going to place a little bit on this outer corner, just like that, because I do want to utilize this smudger just to see how easily that works. So now I'm just going to take the smudger right here. Now the only thing is, you know, the little sharpener comes off when I try to take off that lid, but that's not a big issue, but just so you're aware. And now I'm just going to take that smudger and just really blend that out. Now this shade is pretty hard to tell with this intense eye look I have going on. But yeah, again, it is very, very easy to apply. And I do also want to try it on my waterline just to see how easy that is, but I'm definitely going to need to use my mirror, because yeah, that is a little complicated, you know, trying to do that from a distance and only with one hand. So I got my magnifying mirror here. Hopefully it's not too much of a nuisance, but I do want to definitely try this out. So again, yeah, it is just really gliding over the lashes here. Really, really nice. Okay, so this eye is going to be much easier for me. Yeah, usually when I'm doing my makeup on my own, I have my bigger mirror in front of me. I'm not, having to use this little hand mirror. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I use my big mirror. And it's just a lot easier because I do actually tend to kind of pull my eye out or, just tug on the skin just a little bit there when I'm trying to do my wings and stuff like that. It's just much easier, especially if you have all that skin. But because these are so creamy and smooth, I'm having a much easier time than I normally would. So I really love this smudging option here. And I think for me, the deal breaker will be if it does smudge or smear. I mean, with watery eyes, like I said, I have never found a eyeliner that stands that, but it did say that this is really good for sensitive eyes, which I obviously have. So that was very simple. Can't wait to do the test if it smudges or smears. But again, I'm going to let it just sit there for a minute just so we can really get the idea. And maybe I'll apply a different shade on the lower lid. So, okay, let's get into the rest of the makeup. Now, this next section isn't really a new makeup, but we're still going to do it together. And I am going to take my little blotting sheets like I normally do and just remove some of my skincare because I'm actually trying out a new skincare right now. Did you guys see that Allie Glines has a new skincare coming out? I cannot wait. I saw her video and I mean, she sounded so excited about it. And I will say with Allie Glines, whatever she has launched and whatever she has, explained about her products, it is true, 100%. Like she doesn't, I don't know, put a bunch of cherries on top of the situation. Whatever she says, it is really what it is. Okay, so I do want to mention really quick that I did repurchase this here by Milani. I went through the whole container, which is very unusual for me. Okay, and if you haven't seen this before, there is a little scoop here. Now, I really don't use the scoop. Every once in a while I do, but I just go in with my finger here. But it's a nice option to have. But I love this because it does have that cooling effect. It is effective. It works really good at smoothing out my pores. But yeah, it's just so refreshing, especially when it was summer here in Arizona. Just that nice cooling effect. Okay, now this next part, I don't know if I've ever done this on the channel, but I was playing around. You guys know how I love mixing. You know how I like just trying new things. So what I did the other day, I don't know what made me do this, is I think it's because my skin's starting to get a little dry now that it is cooling down. I don't know, you would think it would be the opposite, but yeah, it is starting to get a little drier. So what I did was I took my CoverGirl, and this is the Simply Ageless Essence in the shade 30. So this is the one with the little pearls like that. And I placed one pump, maybe 1.5 pumps like that. But then I also took my Wet n Wild, and this is the Tinted Hydrator. And this is in the shade Medium Tan. So what I did is I took a little bit of this as well. So about that, I don't know, ratio here. And then I just took my brush because I feel like that essence, you really have to activate it by blending it either by massaging your hands together and then applying it. But I found that doing this with this brush, that a lot of it packs in the bristles, so it is enough pretty much to cover my full face. And I still have a little bit on my hand, and I'm just going to take my sponge here, really evaluate the situation, and just really tap the product. And ooh, this looks so good. And that essence just adds a little bit more moisture to my skin, makes it look super healthy. I mean, the two together, they're both excellent products, but This is an amazing combo. So if you have both of those products in your collection, please try this because you will not regret it. Okay, so now I got to decide what is this called? A concealer I'm going to use today. So I think I'm just going to use my Tower, a 28. I haven't used that in a while, so I'm just going to place a little bit. Ooh, here comes some thunder, you guys. It is still happening out there. So I'm just going to place a little bit here. This might be a little bit too light, but you know me, I'll make it work. So let's do that. And let's blend this out. So I did let this just sit under my eye just for a few minutes just to thicken it up. And I like doing that only because I feel like it gives just a little bit more coverage and I don't have to use as much product. And then if I do use too much product, I always go back in with my sponge and really just pick up all the product that is not necessary. So right now I'm just going to start tapping this in because this one actually dries pretty quickly. Okay, and then for my regular powder, I didn't purchase anything new. So what I think I'm going to do is use my Moira one. I really love this one. It's called the Loose Setting Powder, Mattifying, Lightweight, and Oil Control. So yeah, it's just very airy and finely milled. So I just take a little bit just to get any tack off and give my makeup just that extra little, I don't know, security throughout the day to stay on. And then what I do a lot is go over that with this here. And this is by Morphe. I absolutely love this. It's the Cloud Light. And then I'll just take a little bit and just go basically at the high points of the face and at the chin. So up along the forehead. And it just adds that little glow. And again, I'm going to add just a little bit of that around the T-zone. Okay, so let's see if I am able to test out this bronzer that is severely broken. And I was just looking. It's a shade, I think it's 02, and it's actually a contour shade. But I think the reason why I did purchase it anyway was, number one, it was on sale. And I do like a more cool tone bronzer anyway. It is literally getting all over my desk. Ooh, but I could tell that I would really like this shade. Ooh, I wonder if I could. Nah, I think I'm just going to take it back and show them what happened. But I know there is a way. You guys have told me several times I can try to take, like, what is it, alcohol, and really press that in there. But you know what? I don't think this one is that savable. So that's what the shade looks like. I probably will have to use like a different bronzer because I don't know. This is just not going on as even as I would like, but that way, anyway, you can see what the shade looks like. Well, we tried, you guys. We really did try to use that. Yeah, even at that, I mean, this almost has like a gray cast, which is normal for a contour. So for a contour shade, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, it is everywhere, you guys. Oh my gosh. So I haven't really had a bad experience with new makeup in a very long time. I guess I'm due, and that's only because it was broken. And let me just tell you, I got these new blushes, which I absolutely love the packaging. I'm super excited about the shades. I think these will be perfect for a fall time and even around the holidays. But, big but, it's nice packaging. Look how long it took me, or how almost impossible it is to open this. You guys know I have a hard time with packaging anyway, but this was literally ridiculous. It took me almost 10 minutes. I was so frustrated. And even when I got it to this point, it is not easy to open. So I am wondering if that's why these were on sale. If people just gave up on trying to open these, whoever does packaging and packages things like this, they need to have like a little evaluation because this is ridiculous. Anyway, this one here, it's called the blush, a palette. So there's three different things going on, and it's very similar to the Morphe, the one size, everything like that. So it does have a nice mirror. Again, the packaging is super nice once you can get in it. And then right here, there is a cream, and it's has like a little flap here, a cream. This one here, I think, is the matte, and this one is a shimmer. So even though I applied my powder, I forgot that there's creams in here. I'm still going to go over it just to see if you can. And this is in the shade 03 Deal Closer. And this one here, it's the same concept. Let's see if this is easier to get open. No, they're just very, very awkward. And this one is called Sunset Chaser. So that's what this one looks like. So I think with this look though, I think almost this one is going to look the best. But let's just swatch this. Ooh, the cream is super, super creamy. And this is the matte, and this is the shimmer here. So let's swatch this here and see what these look like. Okay, so that is the shade. Super pretty. Yeah, it's more like a coral family, of course. So let's go into this one though and see what this one does. And let me just grab my little brush here. I think, oh, you know what? I forgot. I got a new brush. Thank goodness I caught myself. This one's called the Duo Cheek Blush and Brush. Blush. So, oh, again with the packaging. All right, that was a little easier. So let's take a look at this brush here. So, ooh, it's very nice. These are super, super soft. I hope almost not too soft, but I think I'm actually going to use this one for the cream, or should I use that one for the cream? So I'm going to dip that in there and whoa, whoa. Okay, that is super, super pigmented. Yeah, you definitely do not need, oh my gosh, look how pigmented that is. Holy smokes. So yeah, a little goes a very long way. Let me just take another brush here and just kind of blend that in. Wow, I did not anticipate that. I should know better by now. My gosh, you guys have been doing this for so long to be careful with products. Okay, but as you can see, how beautifully that blended in. Oh my gosh, that is super pretty. And I'm not even going to apply any more. Just go on this side. As you can see, I mean, how little product you would need with these blushes. Okay, let's try the matte shade. So I'm just going to close that little closure there. And I'm going to use this side, and let's go into the matte. And I'm even going to do that and tap the back of my hand just because these are super pigmented. Oh my goodness gracious, can't even talk. And I'm actually going to try to fix this because at this point I look like a clown. Let's take my sponge and let's go over that. Okay, so lesson learned. You just need a very little product. Don't do what I just did because, yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, and then what I think I'm going to do is try that really pretty shimmer. And let's swatch the shimmer on this one and just see. Again, I mean, look at how pigmented that is. That is almost like one you could wear the shimmer just on its own as well. So I'm just going to really just put that at the high point of my cheek here and into the eyeshadow. Okay, you guys, hopefully this isn't just, screaming through on camera here on my blush. I mean, it's very pretty. As you can see, it's a very deep shade. So, yeah, just obviously be very light-handed. Again, I haven't had one of these kind of videos in a long time. I was due. So, I am just going to, it does remove, relatively easy with a micro, or a makeup wipe, micro, I don't know where I was going with that, but it did remove pretty easily. So again, I'm hoping that it is long lasting. Okay, so I did, like I mentioned, I did get a mascara by Prime Pro Cosmetics, I think it's called. Promix, that's what it's called. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. Yeah, I'm almost 100% positive I have tried this mascara out. Again, it's been over 3 years, I would say. So let's see. Yeah, I could just tell by the packaging, the way it feels, the way it looks. So this is the wand here. And let's go in and hopefully the formula is the same, if not better. I will say though, I absolutely love this eyeshadow. Just a really fun palette for sure. So, okay, it did grip my lashes right away. And of course, I'm going to make a huge mess. And let's not try to make too much huge mess just in case this doesn't flick away easy. So I'm just going to use my shield here to help me out. But as you can see, it really grabs onto the lashes, separating them really good. And yeah, that is just a few strokes. So if this flicks away easily, I'm going to be extremely happy because I feel like this one is definitely a mascara that you could probably get away with just one coat and look pretty decent. So I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'll do is the 2 coats for sure, come back, see if it flicks away easily, and see, if the second coat makes a huge difference. So as of right now, I'm really, really liking it. Okay, so this is the mascara with 2 coats. As you can see, I have made a beautiful mess there. So I'm just going to take my spoolie and let's see if it does. Yeah, it flicks away super easily. I'll also let you know sometimes when that happens as well, if it flicks away too easily, it could, possibly flake or smear. So I will definitely let you guys know somewhere around here if that is the case. Okay, so let's try out one of these other shades for the eyeliner, and again to see how it smudges out. And I'm really wanted to try that mulberry. It's so pretty. So I think this is the mulberry here. Yeah, it is so pretty. Mulberry shade, and it almost looks like it's a deep chocolate, but it is not. It has just that slight purple shade to it. So I'm just going to place a little bit just like that. And I imagine that you probably want to work a little quickly with this because it does say it's smudge proof. So I'm thinking that it does dry down. It does smudge out pretty good. So I'm going to place a little bit more, work in little increments here. And I will say this little smudger is super soft. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. And that is really, ooh, I love that mulberry shade. Super pretty. Yeah, I think this is a really pretty shade. I think it's going to be very flattering on all eye colors. I feel like brown, it's going to make the browns really pop. I think it would be really pretty on blue and green eyes. Yeah, that is just a very flattering shade. I really, really like that. Okay, so now I am going to go into back into the palette, and I'm just going to take that little shifter a shade, and I'm going to place just a little bit on the lower lash line and go over that little mulberry just to add a little bit of something something here. But yeah, I am really, oh, I thought one of my lights burned down. I'm like, oh, is our electricity going out because it's really pretty loud out there. Okay, so that's what this looks like, and my cheeks are just screaming at me. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Turtur setting spray. I don't think they make this anymore, you guys. My favorite Fablux. I think it's done. So yeah, I looked all over Amazon. I even went Googled Fablux. So they might have gone out of business. I am so sad. So Turtur though, this one is a really nice setting spray. I told my daughter-in-law because she absolutely loved the Fablux too. I said try this Turtur. It's very similar, and she absolutely loves it. And they also have a waterproof one too, and I think this is the one she got, and she absolutely loves it. So I use the waterproof one more in the winter or summertime. So let's go in with my Turtur, and maybe it will calm down this blush. I highly doubt it, but let's give it a try. And I'm also going to place a little bit under the eyes on my concealer just to really smooth that down, and especially because I did not apply any powder, as you guys noticed. And this, just tapping your setting spray into the makeup just really melts everything in. Okay, so for my lipstick, the final part here, I'm going to be using my Rivi Beauty in the shade Fig. This is her lip liners. I know a lot of you hate this word, obsessed, but I truly, truly am. This is basically the only lip liners I reach for anymore because they are so long lasting and so easy to apply. And what I also like about them is that you can use them literally as like a lipstick and just put a gloss over it, and yeah, again, they will last a very long time. And then for my lipstick, or I guess lip balm, I'm going to use this, it's called Maxi Pout Lip Gloss, and this is by Moira. And let's see if I can find the shade. It is called Pouty. Okay, so that's easy to remember. And if you have not seen this is the little applicator here, and I really love this. I guess it would be lip balm, lip gloss. It's super comfortable. You're not sticky whatsoever, and very nourishing on the lips. Okay, you guys, we made it through this video. Yeah, it was a little struggle. Yeah, as you guys seen. Yeah, I'm bummed about this here, the bronzer. And again, you know what? I don't know if I would purchase this, even seeing the shade. It was okay. I think it's still, it could just look muddy if I applied too much. If you want a true contour, this is a great shade for that. The blush was a struggle, but it's, my error. I think it's a pretty shade. I just applied too much, I think I know now to be more light-handed. But let's go into this. I'm really curious to see how long this is going to last, if it is indeed a smudge proof. So let me try to angle myself so we can see here. Definitely a smudge proof. It is not going anywhere. It's not running into each other whatsoever. Let's take the water and let's see what happens. Okay. And just light. I mean, it's like, but I got, tons of colors here, but as you can see, it's not easily wiping away whatsoever. And even up here, this one here, the mulberry. So that's with a wet hand. So yeah, I mean, it does stay on pretty good. So I'm pretty impressed. I think, let's take the makeup wipe. Yeah, it doesn't even come off very easily with the makeup wipe. So I think the claims on it is pretty decent. It definitely is smudge proof. That is for sure. I think waterproof, it held its own. It truly, truly did. So, but I love how they applied. I love that it did just glide over my upper lid. I love how it is, how it did work with that little smudger on my lower lid. So I'm super happy with those. I really do love the mascara. I think it did a very nice job. Again, I think I could apply one coat and be, out the door. I did find with this one too, if you just keep going, it could become a clumpy. So it's just one of those things, you don't need a lot of the mascara, which is very nice. All right, and yeah, this palette I absolutely love. Again, I think it was $9, so I'm super happy with that. And again, if you guys have both of those, what is it, foundations, the CoverGirl, had a coughing fit there, the CoverGirl, and the Wet n Wild Hydrator, definitely mix those two and let me know again what you guys think. All right, you guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please do me a huge favor. Please like and share this video. It truly helps me out. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much, and until next time.